Welcome to today's video. Perhaps the title caught your curiosity and made you pause to click, and that was the right decision. This video is not here to create fear or anxiety, but to serve as a meaningful reminder about the life we are all living. Before we leave this world, there are important things we should know, feel, and act upon. Let's explore these profound reflections together to help you live a full, meaningful life without regrets. Don't leave, because what comes next might change the way you see life forever. We live in a world filled with promises of eternal happiness, success measured by wealth and fame, and love as a magic potion that heals all wounds. But deep inside, do you feel an emptiness, a longing that cannot be satisfied? Look around, and you'll see a world overflowing with material wealth, but lacking true meaning. We have countless ways to connect, yet we feel lonelier than ever. We've lost touch with the core values of life. Is this all life has to offer, an endless race chasing fleeting pleasures and hollow achievements? It is time to wake up from this illusion and face the truth, no matter how harsh it might be. The lessons I'm about to share are not for the faint of heart. They will challenge your deepest beliefs and force you to reconsider everything you've ever known. You may not like what I have to say. You may resist. But if you truly yearn for a life of meaning, you need to listen. Prepare yourself, for this journey will not be easy. But remember, discomfort is the beginning of growth. Open your heart and mind, and join me on a journey to discover life's profound truths. Number 1. Be brave and face what scares you. The things that scare you the most are precisely the things you should try to confront. Of course, this doesn't mean diving into actions that endanger your life or cause physical harm, but when you face your fears, confront past traumas, or strive to become the version of yourself you dream of being, you activate your strongest inner response, the fight-or-flight mechanism. Instead of fleeing, choose to be courageous and face it. Have you ever felt nervous about starting a conversation with someone you like or making a phone call to apply for a job you really want? These fears are completely normal. But try stepping out of your comfort zone just once, and you'll realize that these fears are actually challenges for you to overcome. They help you break your own limits and open up new opportunities you might never have imagined. If you fear public speaking, that is precisely why you should do it. Stand up and share your perspective, even if your voice trembles at first. With each time you do, you'll become more confident and ready to face any situation. The same goes for starting your own business. You might worry about the risks and challenges ahead, but don't let fear hold you back. Take those first steps, learn from small failures, and realize that every setback is a valuable lesson that brings you closer to success. And what about voicing an unpopular opinion or expressing your thoughts openly? You fear criticism, fear being judged. But remember, if those things need to be said, be courageous enough to say them. Sometimes the truth needs a brave person to speak up. And when you have the courage to do this, you not only clarify the issue, but also grow stronger in the eyes of others and in your own self-perception. Maybe you fear rejecting someone because you're afraid of hurting their feelings or disappointing them. But remember, knowing when to say no is one of the signs of maturity. Don't be afraid to set your own boundaries. Be honest with yourself and with others, as this will bring you mental freedom and self-respect. Each time you overcome this fear, you will feel stronger and more confident. Always remember, the things you fear are often the very things you should have done long ago. Every time you feel afraid is a sign that you're getting closer to something meaningful and valuable. Don't let fear keep you from achieving great things in life. Be brave. Step out of your comfort zone and challenge yourself every day. When you face your fears, you not only learn to conquer them, but also open the door to growth, development, and unlimited opportunities in life. Number 2, the more you connect, the more you need to face loneliness. You might think that connecting with more people would help you feel less lonely, but that's not always the case. Today, thanks to the rise of social media, you can communicate with friends, family, and colleagues more frequently and instantly than ever before. With just a few clicks, you can share your thoughts, feelings, and photos with hundreds or even thousands of people. However, have you noticed that sometimes these connections make you feel even lonelier? Many studies have shown that although we are more connected technologically, the levels of loneliness and depression have been increasing in developed countries for decades. Why is this happening? The reason is that not all connections provide the emotional satisfaction you truly need. Social media connections may give you the illusion of bonding with others, but they often lack the depth and sincerity that real-life relationships offer. Instead of building truly meaningful relationships, many of us are easily drawn into the virtual world, where an abundance of information, likes, comments, or shares makes us forget the value of genuine connection. You may find yourself spending too much time scrolling through others' stories, but spending little time actually talking, listening, and empathizing. As a result, the more you connect, the more alone you feel. Ask yourself, how often do you meet and talk directly with your friends and family? Do you remember the last time you took the time to listen to someone share their worries, dreams, or joys? The connections that truly bring joy and satisfaction are not about quantity, but the quality of the encounters, conversations, and empathy you build with those around you. So instead of relying solely on social media to feel connected, invest time in the important relationships in your life. Be proactive in planning meetups with friends and family, or participate in community activities that you enjoy. A heartfelt conversation, a warm hug, or simply some quiet time with someone can provide the fulfillment that virtual connections can never replace. Try spending less time on social media and more time on face-to-face interactions. You may be surprised to find that those real moments of communication, even if brief, can bring a sense of closeness and warmth far greater than hours spent online. Don't let yourself get trapped in the cycle of superficial and temporary connections. Dare to step out of the virtual world and build relationships that truly matter. Remember, the quality of your relationships determines your level of happiness, not the number of online friends you have. Sometimes, having just one friend who truly understands and shares with you is enough to make your life feel whole and meaningful. Be open, brave, and seek out and nurture real-life relationships so you no longer feel lonely, even in a world of endless connections. You deserve to have meaningful relationships where you are truly heard, understood, and loved. Number 3, the easier something is to obtain, the more you should cherish it. Have you ever noticed that the things readily available to you often don't evoke the same sense of desire or excitement as the things that are harder to get? This is because the human mind naturally tends to value what is rare, a phenomenon known as the scarcity mindset. We often believe that the rarer something is, the more valuable it becomes, while things that are easy to obtain are often underappreciated. However, it's time for you to reconsider this perspective, as this way of thinking might cause you to overlook many precious things that are right within your reach. Take a moment to look around your life. It could be relationships, health, time, or even the little things like a morning cup of coffee or a relaxing afternoon. Have you noticed that because these things are always available, you tend to pay less attention to them and appreciate them less? You might think that just because they're always there, they're not worth your time and care. But in reality, these familiar and readily available things often bring you the greatest joy and happiness if you know how to appreciate them properly. Do you realize that the close relationships you may be taking for granted, friends and family you see every day, are invaluable? When you take these things for granted, you forget that everything can change. Take the time to appreciate and care for the people around you. Show gratitude, listen more, and share more, because there's no guarantee these relationships will last forever. Instead of searching for something far away, recognize the value of those who stand by you every day. The same applies to your health. You might often forget to appreciate it until it is threatened. Take some time each day to care for your body, exercise, eat well, and get enough rest. Don't wait until your health declines to realize its importance. Health doesn't last forever, and the more you care for it and invest in it now, the more you'll feel the benefits and preciousness of having a healthy body. Time is another example of something available that you often take for granted. You might think you always have plenty of time ahead, but in reality, time passes quickly and never returns. Make the most of every moment. Live fully in the present, and stop wasting time on things that do not bring meaning to your life. When you realize the value of each moment, you will see how precious life truly is. Remember, the most valuable things in life are not always those that are difficult to obtain or distant. Sometimes, they are the very things you already have in your hands, but pay little attention to. The more you understand this, the more you learn to live a fuller and happier life. Don't let a scarcity mindset make you miss out on the simple yet meaningful joys of life. Start today by cherishing everything you have, for these are the things that make life truly worthwhile and fulfilling. Number 4. The more you try to hold someone close, the more you should learn to let go. The more you try to keep someone close, the more you may unintentionally push them away. This might sound contradictory, but it's a truth you need to understand to build healthy and lasting relationships. When you over-control or cling too tightly to someone, you may inadvertently create distance instead of the closeness you desire. Remember, once an action or emotion becomes an obligation, it loses its meaning. Think about the times when you felt someone you love was growing distant, and your immediate response was to try to hold on tighter, control them, or even demand their attention. This reaction is completely natural, because you're afraid of losing them. But remember, genuine love and connection do not come from force or control. Instead, they flourish in the freedom and space you give others to be themselves. To keep them close, let go of the control, and allow them to choose to stay with you voluntarily. Imagine a cage. No matter how beautifully decorated or made of gold, it is still a cage, and anyone inside it will feel confined. If you want someone to feel comfortable and happy around you, do not turn your love into a cage. Instead of trying to hold on tightly, try loosening your grip. Give them the space to breathe, think, and feel freely. That's when you will realize that if they truly care about you, they will choose to come back, willingly and sincerely. The more freedom you allow others, the more opportunity they have to feel your value in their lives. Let freedom become the catalyst that strengthens love and connection. Jealousy and control only diminish the sincerity and authenticity of a relationship. Remember, everyone needs their own space to grow and feel happiness. Don't let the fear of loss blind you to the true value of love. It's about sharing, not possessing. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, are you doing something that makes your loved one feel pressured? Are you being too strict with your expectations? If so, try stepping back and giving them and yourself a little space to breathe. You will find that when you stop trying to control everything, the relationship becomes more pleasant, and you will also feel lighter. If you want a relationship to thrive, embrace the fact that each person has their own needs, dreams, and aspirations. The more you respect their freedom, the more they will cherish the bond they have with you. By letting go of the need to control, you create an environment where love can grow naturally and deeply, without the suffocation of obligation. Take a moment to reflect on whether your actions are building a barrier instead of a bridge. Are you imposing your fears and insecurities onto someone else? Remember, true love is not about possession. It's about creating a space where both of you feel free, valued, and appreciated. Allow your relationships to breathe. Allow them the freedom to evolve naturally. By doing so, you encourage a deeper connection that is based on mutual respect and genuine affection. When you let go of the need to control, you open the door to a more fulfilling and meaningful bond, one that is built on trust, love, and true understanding. So instead of trying to hold someone close, learn to love without holding on too tightly. Create space for freedom and trust, as these are the strongest foundations for building a meaningful and lasting relationship. When you allow others to be free, you will also find freedom in your love and your relationship. Number 5. Your comfort zone is your coffin. Your comfort zone, the place where you feel secure, relaxed, and free from risk, can easily become a coffin that separates you from meaningful and exciting experiences in life. You might think that staying within your comfort zone will protect you from harm, failure, or pain. But the truth is, the longer you stay in your comfort zone, the more you lose the chance to grow, develop, and truly live to the fullest. Imagine life as a great adventure, where every day you have the opportunity to discover and learn something new. But if you only ever choose the easy and familiar path, you will never see the breathtaking views from the mountaintop or feel the triumph of overcoming a difficult journey. You may feel comfortable in your home, in a job you know well, or in relationships that no longer challenge you. But these things can become invisible walls that hold you back. Instead of staying in a place where you feel safe, try stepping out and experiencing something new. When you dare to step out of your comfort zone, you will realize that life has much more to offer. Every new step, every time you face a challenge, you have the opportunity to learn more about yourself, learn from mistakes, and enjoy small victories along the way. Remember, growth and maturity don't come from staying in comfort forever. They come from facing what scares you and overcoming it. You might fear what lies outside your comfort zone, but that is also where the opportunity to experience things you've never known awaits. Don't let fear hold you back. You might fear failure, rejection, or not being good enough, but remember, every time you dare to try something new, no matter the outcome, you are making progress. You are breaking down your own barriers, expanding your capabilities, and building a richer life. Be brave and start with small steps. Join a project you've always wanted to do, try an adventurous sport, or even just strike up a conversation with a stranger. These small steps can lead to significant changes in your life. Think of your comfort zone as a box, and the life outside that box is where you can find true joy, happiness, and meaning. Every time you step out of that box, you are giving yourself a chance to discover new things, meet new people, and learn things you never thought you could. Life only truly begins when you step out of your comfort zone and dare to face the challenges it brings. Instead of seeing your comfort zone as a permanent safe haven, think of it as a coffin that can imprison you in repetition and monotony. You don't have to rush, but start taking small steps to get out and explore. You will find that this world is full of wonderful things waiting for you as long as you're brave enough to embrace them. Remember, living a meaningful life is not about living in absolute safety, but about daring to take risks, face failure, and overcome it. Allow yourself the freedom to explore and experience, because each step out of your comfort zone helps you discover a new, amazing part of yourself. Number 6. The more you argue, the harder it becomes to persuade others to see your point of view. Have you ever noticed that the more you try to argue with someone, the harder it becomes to convince them to see your point of view? This is because most arguments are based on emotions, not reason. Instead of trying to win a debate, consider approaching it differently, an approach that can help you connect on a deeper level and create genuine understanding. When an argument erupts, it's often not about who is right or wrong. Instead, it usually stems from someone feeling that their sense of self, values, or beliefs are being threatened. In these situations, people tend to use logic not to seek objective truth, but to defend their long-held beliefs and values. You might try to present a logical argument, but remember that if the other person is not willing to listen, your reasoning will fall on deaf ears. Rather than trying to win an argument, try changing your approach. Focus on listening, empathizing, and understanding their perspective. When you take the time to genuinely listen, you not only show respect but also create an opportunity for them to listen to you. When they feel that you truly want to understand them, they are less likely to be defensive and more likely to open up. This is when you can introduce your point of view more gently and effectively. Remember, persuasion doesn't come from crushing someone else's opinion, but from building a bridge between emotions and logic. Try approaching with curiosity rather than judgment. Ask questions to gain a deeper understanding of the other person's beliefs. Why do you think that? Or what led you to feel this way? Open-ended questions not only help you understand the other person better, but also encourage them to reconsider their own perspective. This is a wise way to gently guide them toward understanding and empathy. Imagine you are having a conversation with a friend who has a different opinion on an important issue. Instead of starting by countering their views, you could say, "I'm really interested in what you're saying and want to understand your perspective better." This sincerity will make them feel heard and respected. When they realize that you're not trying to defeat them in a debate, but genuinely want to understand, they will be more open to considering your point of view. An important truth is that a change of mindset often does not come from heated arguments, but from sincere and meaningful conversations. When you create a safe and respectful space, you encourage others to open up and reconsider their views without being defensive. This doesn't mean you have to abandon your opinion. It means you are finding a way to share your perspective more effectively and constructively. Ultimately, remember that persuading someone isn't about making them feel defeated. It's about helping them feel like they've learned something new, and so have you. Treat each conversation as an opportunity to learn and grow, rather than a battle to win. When you approach it this way, you not only become more persuasive, but also build deeper, more lasting relationships. Number 7. The only certainty is that nothing is certain in life. You may have heard the saying, "The only certainty in life is that nothing is certain." While this may sound contradictory, it is a powerful reminder of the true nature of life. Nothing is ever guaranteed in this world. Everything changes, shifts, and can disappear at any moment. But instead of feeling uneasy about this truth, take it as a call to action, to live fully, and make the most of every opportunity you have. We often seek certainty to feel safe and comfortable, but if you rely solely on certainty, you might miss out on valuable opportunities and exciting experiences. Remember, the most wonderful things in life often happen when you dare to take risks and step out of your comfort zone. Uncertainty is not the enemy. It is an opportunity for you to explore new things and find real value. Think about the times when you faced uncertainty and overcame it. Those were the moments when you grew, learned, and matured the most. Instead of trying to control everything, learn to trust your ability to handle whatever comes your way. When you accept that nothing is certain, you will feel freer and more motivated to live a meaningful life. Be brave, be courageous, and live with the belief that every day is an opportunity to create something great, because it is precisely this uncertainty that makes life more interesting and worth living than ever before. So number 8, change is the only constant in life. You may have heard the saying, change is the only constant in life. At first it may sound paradoxical, but it is a truth we need to learn to accept. Life is always changing, and nothing lasts forever. Everything from jobs, relationships, health, to our beliefs and thoughts evolves over time. Instead of worrying about change, you should see it as an opportunity to grow, learn, and discover the best version of yourself. Change opens new doors, leading you to paths you never imagined. Sometimes unexpected changes can make you feel confused or scared, but remember, it is precisely in those moments that you can uncover your hidden strength and incredible adaptability. Every change, whether big or small, gives you the chance to renew your life, improve yourself, and do things you never thought you could. Rather than resisting change, embrace it with courage and openness. Think of each change as a new chapter in the story of your life, a chapter that you can write in your own way. Change may bring challenges, but it also brings valuable lessons, amazing experiences, and opportunities for you to reach further. Always remember that life is a journey, and on this journey, change is an essential companion. Enjoy walking alongside change, because only when you dare to change can you discover the wonderful things life has in store for you.